Good deal. We're live. Hello there. How are you today? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. And here in the US, we just had Thanksgiving. I hope you had a very healthy, happy Thanksgiving. So, back at it on Monday. Let's rock and roll. So, again, my name is Lisa Long, and I'm president and CEO of YesICanWithAPlan.com and also academy.yesicanwithaplan.com, where we help entrepreneurs build the business that they love without all the stress and overwhelm. So, today, let's have some fun. Let's get my clicker to work. There we go. Oops, sorry, jumped ahead. Okay. So, this is for business owners who, of course, want more sales, more profits, and more time to enjoy life and create the business that you really want, like I said earlier. Okay. Pardon me if my voice goes out. I'm having some allergies today. I think it's the juniper trees. So, I'm going to do my very best, but no eye makeup today and froggy voice. So, but like I said, I'm going to do my best. I'm here. We're going to do this together, okay? As always, I love to have our success alignment. And that is part of my attitude is even though I'm having allergies and whatever, I said I would be here every Monday, 2 o'clock Eastern. So here we are, froggy voice and all. But that's part of that success alignment. That's part of that mindset and that commitment. And that's so important for your business as well. So we're going to have a segment on success alignment, and then we're going to get into the number one thing that will get you more sales. So feel free to take notes and let's do it. Let's rock your business. So let's talk about success alignment because this is so important because I know and I have personally experienced if my mindset and my attitude isn't in alignment with, let's have a great day, let's help people, let's create success, it can really go awry. And you don't create the success that you want. And you end up feeling like, oh, why bother at the end of the day? Your mindset is so important. There was actually an experiment in an office setting where they picked one guy who's perfectly healthy, but they selected him, and 5 people went up to him in the morning, and his name is Tom, and said, Tom, are you feeling okay today? He's like, yeah, I feel fine. Why? Why do you ask? Like, oh, I don't know. You just don't look like yourself. And then another person went up to him, Tom, what's wrong? And he's like, I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Third person goes up to him, Tom, wow, yeah, rough weekend? No, I'm fine. Fourth person goes up to him, wow, Tom, are you feeling okay? And he's like, well, yeah, I feel okay, I think. And the fifth person went up to him and, Tom, are you okay today? Maybe you should take some time off. He's like, huh? Yeah, yeah, maybe I should. Yeah. Well, this was all in the morning. By noon, he went home sick. That's how important our mindset is. And it was just an experiment. They could have picked anybody. He was perfectly 100% healthy, but just being told again and again, or the possibility of him not being 100% healthy, he went home sick. So let's talk today about filling your world with positive information. So that means, what kind of books do you read? What kind of shows do you watch? Podcasts do you listen to? What kind of people do you hang out with? I know I had to go through some cleansing. It was a couple years ago. I got rid of 3 friends that were close. We spent a lot of time together, but they were really negative people. I mean, really negative. And I was like, how did I attract these people? because I'm generally a pretty positive person. But I do believe to be able to attract those people, I must have been in some sort of a negative place. So, anyways, I cleansed my field, my engagement with people. I cleansed them of those three people, and I'm perfectly fine. I mean, it's kind of a shame, but we can't afford to have negative people around us, especially as business owners. We have got to be on top of our game all the time, right? And also, if you're watching a lot of news, oh, that's like crazy negative, especially right now. And I think that's worldwide. I could be wrong. And also the podcast. Are they uplifting? Do they make you feel good? Or do they make you feel bleh? We have this incredible mechanism built in. It's kind of like yum or yuck. If it makes you feel good, then that's an indication that, hey, this is good for you. This is helping you. Maybe it's helping you grow. Maybe it's helping you open up your mind to new ways of thinking. Or does it make you feel, bleh, like, oh, I think I just as soon go back to bed. Then that's probably not in your best interest. And what kind of books do you read? I wanted to share one with you that I just read, and I don't know if it's going to show up backwards on this camera or not. You know how sometimes things do that. But it's called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, and there you go. So I got it from the library. Thought I'd just check it out first, but I really like it. Totally different from what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was because it talks about working in your genius zone. So I thought we're going to have the quadrant, and what you're really good at, and you love what you're kind of good at, and then you kind of you just do it, that kind of thing was not like that at all. I really got a lot out of it. So if you haven't read it yet, hey, I have to highly recommend it. The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, and it's easy read. And you can see I've got lots of notes, and I've got to go back through and type and do the exercises, and it's fun. And I've had a lot of little awarenesses that are helping me be an even better, more happy person and more in success alignment. So I hope that's helpful for you. So now that we're all in alignment and we're ready to rock and roll, let's talk about the number one thing that will get you more sales. And every business owner that I talk to, every single client, no matter what, it doesn't matter. I swear, it doesn't matter if they're working on their first 100,000 or their first million or their 8-figure business. There's always room for this. Follow up. That is always the number one thing we can do more of, and we can do it better. And myself included. I'm totally included here. We need to follow up more often and better and more appropriately. And meaning whether your marketing is online or whether your sales process is online or offline or a combination of both. Where do you follow up? Where are people falling through the cracks and not completing their purchase? And then are you following up after the sale as well? Okay, so let's get more into this. Okay, so why is follow-up important? Okay, well, let me go back just a second, because I think follow-up really should be easy. And we know what to do, but we just don't do it. And we're going to get into why here in just a minute. But I think for business owners, following up should be easy. However, I know business owners struggle with follow-up every single day. And I think it's because there's not a real system in place to make it easy, to make it more automatic. And when you do have that in place, it's so much easier. And then when you do follow up, you're getting more sales, you're feeling better, you're feeling more confident, your self-esteem rises, you're having fun on the job again, or your salespeople and your sales team is having more fun because they're making more sales, making more money for themselves and you. And And really, when that happens, I mean, because you're happier and you're a lot more pleasant to be around. And then again, sales are just easier because you're in a better place for that success alignment. See, it feeds back and forth as well. So if we can follow up and increase those sales and more income coming in, it's a win, 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 win for everybody. Okay. And like I said, it really should be easy, but I know following up is such a struggle for, I think, most entrepreneurs, most salespeople. I don't know anybody that says, "Oh yeah, I follow up perfectly." Never met them, and like I said, myself included. So why is it so important to follow up? Well, other than duh, you're going to get more sales, but it helps you understand where are you in the deal? Are you close to making the deal? Are you spending your time with people that aren't even your target audience? They're not even interested. They're going to be tire kickers. They're just stringing you along. I did this the other day. I wanted to interview somebody, and then it would lead into a possible sales call. It's a very soft sales process, starting with an interview. And the lady, some people are just so nice that they don't want to say no. And so she said, "Well, I can't do it this week. Call me back next week." Okay, what day? What day would you like me to call you back? What's the best time? We got that all solidified. And then when I called her back, she's like, "Well, no, I'm just not ready to do it yet," and just kind of like hemming and hawing around. And I just told her, "Is it something you just don't have time to do, or is it just something you're just not interested in?" And she said, "I'm just really not interested in doing it." I'm like, "Okay, you know, and I let her go. And that totally freed up my time to find somebody who is a good prospect and will probably become a client instead of me wasting my time with somebody who just would end up being a good client anyway, because isn't really in the place to do the work. Okay. And there's a lot of people out there like that, and that's okay. Like, there's a lot of people that I'm learning that are really more in retirement mode, and they're just kind of, oh, we've had this business for 20 years and it's fine, and we know we have a steady flow, and they don't want to grow it, and that's okay. That's where they are. Let them go. There's a wonderful word. Next is a wonderful word. Just next. So following up helps you really clearly identify, where are you in the deal? Is this a good deal worth pursuing, or let it go? Okay. So also, you're going to develop and deepen your relationships. And sales and having a business is all about your relationships, because we're here to help, right? That's why people hire us, because they feel and they're confident that we can help them. And that's going to develop with that relationship. Also, most sales are not completed until around the 5th to 12th to 20th points of contact, according to Leadership Publishing Worldwide. So you really need to follow up, because less than 1% of all sales happen on the very first contact. Okay. And of our advertising, less than 1%, and this is from Leadership Publishing Worldwide also, less than 1% of the people actually interested in your ad, actually interested in what you're offering, they're not going to respond. They're just not in the place. They're not ready to say, "Yes, I want to purchase right now." They need more. Okay. So we have to follow up. So why don't we follow up? What gets in our way? A lot of things. Of course, we don't want to be pushy or intrusive. We don't want to be rejected. Rejection stinks, and that's, salespeople have the thickest skin because it's like, we have to be able to say, "Next." Okay, next. We have to keep it in our mind that sales is just a numbers game. The more times we make a presentation, the more sales we get. It's just a numbers game. Don't take it personally. Okay. Also, we don't want to make them angry. And that's kind of like with being pushy or intrusive, but we don't want to make them angry. And we have all these like, so we really hold ourselves back. You know, we forget because we don't have a system in place, which is crucial to your follow up. Crucial. We're just too busy out there trying to get more leads, and do that initial call, and we make false assumptions like, oh, they're not ready, or oh, they don't they don't really want this, or no, just we just make up false assumptions about all kinds of things. And isn't that what the psychologists say is the number one problem with intimate relationships is lack of communication, which and one of the parties making a false assumption. And we know that, what I say may not be what you hear and vice versa. So we really need to make sure our communication is very clear. And that again is why we want to follow up. Follow up. Again, whether it be online or offline or both, it's imperative. Also, we think, oh, they'll contact us when they're ready. I don't want to bother them. They'll let me know when they're ready. Maybe, but they're busy. I guarantee they are not thinking about you. They're not going through their day thinking about you and your product and service and your offer all day long. They're putting out fires. They're like, oh my gosh, they're working on deadlines. And the next thing your offer is just kind of pushed and pushed and pushed further and further away. And if you're not careful, then somebody else selling or offering the same thing comes in at just the right time with more follow-up and like, oh yeah, Brian's been talking to me about this, and yeah, I've decided that, yeah, I really want to do it. Well, I haven't heard from Brian for a while, so I'll go ahead and buy it from Denise. Well, Denise is here with the same thing, and yeah, I'll go ahead and get it now. Now I'm finally ready. So you don't want that to happen. That's heartbreaking. Do you do all that work? So keep on it. Okay. Also, a lot of people have never been taught how to follow up. So they have a lot of insecurities about, well, I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to bother them. I don't want to make them angry because they haven't been taught how to follow up, with grace and ease and make it enjoyable. Sales does not have to be salesy and bleh. It can be just fun. You're just communicating, you're making friends. You'd never know that I used to be so darn shy. I would never even talk to anybody. Now, because I love sales, it has to be something you really, really believe in. Otherwise, it just doesn't work. Because I just love talking with people and I love helping and being in service. So now, also another reason we don't follow up is your mindset might say, oh, it doesn't matter. They don't really need it. It doesn't matter. That again goes in alignment with you have to really totally believe in what you're selling and that it will help them solve whatever problem it is that your good or service does solve. It will help make their life easier. So if you totally believe that, then you should be out there following up with these people so you can help make their life easier. Okay. So also after the sale, follow-up continues after the sale as well. And you might be thinking, well, why? I've already made the sale, right? But think about how many people, like even selling a home, people move on average like every 7 years, which I think is just way too frequently. But I've moved several times throughout my life. And on average, according to, I think it's the Association of Realtors, about every 7 years. So, and they have children, they have family, cousins, aunts, uncles who are going to need a realtor as well, right? And so referrals. So that's just one example of a realtor. And like car sales. People don't just buy one car and drive it for the rest of their lives. Not here in the U.S. anyway. And I know over in Europe, people hold on to their cars much, much, much longer than the U.S. I mean, here some people get a new car, every year, or every couple of years, especially if it's on lease. So you want to be the one that they contact again. So keep in touch even after the sale for repeat purchases and also referrals and building that goodwill. It's so important. So even after the sale, remember you're developing relationships. Relationships don't quit. They don't stop after the sale's made, right? I mean, I keep in touch with all my clients. So here's a little saying that I really love. I want you to just take a deep breath and take this in. Deals pay the bills. All right. You get a deal, you get to pay your bills. But relationships build wealth. And that's really what you want, isn't it? You want wealth. And that's more than just money. That's more than just paying the bills and buying a new car or new home or whatever it is. That's fulfillment. That's good relationships. That's having somebody that you can turn to when you need something because you have a reciprocating relationship with them. And they may have started out as knocking on their door and then following up with them and making a sale. So, and now you have other people you can refer to. Okay. So I'm not going to like insult your intelligence by spending a lot of time on each way to follow up. You know how to follow up. I'm just going to go through it quickly because it could jog a memory. Like, oh yeah, I haven't done that for a while. So again, whether it's online or offline. So some ways to follow up online, of course, emails, social media. You should definitely have an automated sales funnel that follows up for you. Okay. Because that will just save you. Makes it so much easier. It's thorough. It doesn't forget. It's automated. And also, you can do virtual gatherings. So I have an online coaching system where we meet once a week and we coach and help build their business, go through what's working, what could be better. So lots of ways to follow up there. Like I said, I'm not going to insult your intelligence going into each one in depth because you know what they are. How about offline? Phone calls. 50% of managers like to be followed up on the phone. And I forgot the source. I was looking at some sources yesterday of sales statistics. But anyways, I think a lot of us, they don't like phone calls. Remember that those assumptions that we make, and remember what happens when we make assumptions. So don't be afraid of the phone. And also texting. If that's what the prospect really prefers, then text. But if it's not, don't do it because it could be like, hey, I didn't give you permission to do this. That's an interesting thing. Some people love it, some people hate it. So, and you're here to solve their problems and make their life easier, right? Don't just like, hey, I've got to get in there any way, shape, or form. Be the one that they look to as somebody that they want to talk to. They're looking forward to it because they know that you have their best interest in mind. Okay. And of course, follow up in person, sending cards, sending letters, invitations to events. You could have, we'll go into some things to say. Okay. So like I said, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this because you know how to follow up. What are some things that you might say? And again, I'm sure you have an artillery and a toolbox that you have, but maybe some of these will jog your memory. Like, oh yeah, I could say that. I could try this. You could invite your prospect to check out a brand new service that you're offering or a brand new product demo. You could also invite them to a special event that you create and really for the purpose of keeping in touch with them, saying, hey, I'm here to help you and offer some help, at the event or presenting the new service or the new product. Make sure it is something that will go ahead and help them, not just a sales pitch, because that doesn't work. So invite your prospects to a customer appreciation open house. Now, prospects or previous customers, of course, have a customer appreciation open house. This works wonderfully, wonderfully. It's fun. It's a relaxed environment, and you can do this virtually as well. Now, of course, if you can do it in person, it's a lot more fun. But if you need to do it virtually, do it virtually. You can have fun. You can do an introduction. Hey, we have a new person in the office, or your business, whatever it might be. I wanted to introduce you to, you know. And so these are just good reasons to, like, hey, just wanted to, you want to keep in touch with them. You want to stay in the forefront. And so these are just some fun, easy things to do. Okay. Also, what about special offers? And I know we just had Black Friday, and today is actually Cyber Monday. But think about birthdays too. And again, make it so you're really, really, really helping them. And not, I mean, birthdays, you can just say happy birthday. But the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you make it something that they can really use. Now, you can also do like half birthdays. That's fun. That gets a great response. Half birthdays, anniversaries. Also, you can have special events for your birthday. Yeah, it's like, hey, it's my birthday and I want to give you a free or give you 30% off or whatever it might be. Hey, it's my 30th birthday, get 30% off. It's my 50th birthday, get 50% off, But now doing that, you have to make sure that it doesn't bite into your profits. So that's something to really strategize when you're doing those special offers. And that's something I'm happy to sit down with you and take a look at if you like. Okay. Also, hey, while I'm in the neighborhood, I could stop in and check out your furnace system. Make sure your heater's clean, and especially if it's a gas heater, everything's clean and no leaks. And since I'm already in the neighborhood, it's only $75 instead of $125. Something like that. I'm pulling this out of the air. I don't know what your business is, of course, talking into a camera. But think about that. I hope these are just thought joggers for you. Also, you can invite them to participate in a special study. That's really helpful. People like to help, and they're curious because is it a brand new product, a brand new service? What's the special study about? So it appeals to their sense of curiosity and their sense of wanting to be helpful. So that's very useful as well. Again, but make sure it's sincere. So no, salesy sliminess stuff here. Make sure it's good. To give you a couple of examples of how this works. When I started working with Dr. Cheryl, she's a naturopath, and I told her, make sure you follow up with your clients and with your prospects. I said, I don't know what to say. What do I say? So just ask how they're feeling, So the results were, and that's super simple. I mean, wouldn't you be thrilled if your doctor or somebody that provided a service called you and said, hey, how are you feeling? How did it work? I mean, wouldn't you be like, whoa? So, I mean, I'd be totally ecstatic. I don't know that I have ever experienced that as a client, but so some patients for Dr. Cheryl said, yeah, I'm fine, and that was that. But she did have one, and I'm sure she had more than one, but the one was just so excited that she was like, yeah, I'm feeling better, and the pain is gone, and this client became one of her most loyal patients for medical, and she referred other people because she was so impressed that Dr. Cheryl took the time to just follow up and just ask, hey, how are you feeling? Is that so simple and so effective? Again, building relationships, really caring. So another example, I'll just use myself because I'm familiar with it. I did a speaking event. I love to do lots of speaking events. I think they're quite fun. And so we got some clients on the spot at the speaking event and then just followed up with those who didn't. And even after a year, I'm still getting clients saying, I've been receiving your emails and I've been receiving your information. I'm finally ready to start working together. I'm ready now. And they've sold themselves. They have said, okay, it's time. And I mean, there's like no selling on my part. Super simple. And all I did was continue to give them valuable information that would help solve their problems. So that's all you have to do. And like I said, if it's automated, it's set up to go out automatically as often as you want. Now, in this case, it was emails. It can be, like I said, anything, cards, letters, text, whatever it is you want to go out. But it will pay off. Huge, huge, huge. Okay, hope that's helpful. If you would like to have a conversation about anything that I've been talking about here today, or about just any part of helping you get more clients, we can certainly do that. I offer a free kind of get to know you call, see where you're at, and what can be done, areas that you can get more clients. So just go to call Lisa Long, LONG.com. CallLisaLong.com. A couple of questions to help us maximize our time together. And then then you'll be taken to the calendar, and then we'll hop on the phone or Zoom, whichever you like, or Zoom if you're out of the country. Okay. So I did not mention a special offer earlier, but I do have this for you because I love it. Have you ever just tried to get your mind going and kind of get, what should I say? How should I say it? And you're kind of staring at a blank screen and you're like, the Headline Bank solves that for me. And it's a list of over 450 of the most effective headlines ever written. And just take them and plug yours, just take that business out and plug your business in and use it. Just kind of swipe and deploy. And it's usually $149, but because you're here with me, it's only $9. So it kind of just covers the cost of putting it all together. So, and if that's something you're interested in, that along with all the recordings and some other resources are at the website yesican.com/live show. And that's you'll see it says Marketing Message Starter Kit. And that's the Headline Bank. That's where it starts, right? Got to have the right headline. Okay. So for a recap, today we talked about alignment and your mindset for success. We talked about how following up is so important because it results in more sales for you. We talked about some case studies, and I gave you a special offer with the Headline Bank. So our next show, again, is going to be next Monday, 2:00 Eastern. We're going to talk about how to design competition crushing advertising. Not that we want to crush anybody or anything, but we're going to talk about how to create advertising that really results in clients, not tire kickers. Now, also, if you want something specific, just go to that same website, yesicanwithaplan.com/live show. Okay, so thanks again so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I just love sharing with you. I really have a lot of fun. I hope you find this helpful. Like I said, if you need something specific, just let me know. I'm happy to cover it for you. And if I don't have the answers, which I certainly don't have all the answers, but I have connections with some super cool people that might be able to come on the show and share. Okay, so there is a free video that I offer if you would like that, you can get that at academy.yesicanwithaplan.com. It is awesome. I'll just say it's awesome. It's the 3 biggest lead generation mistakes businesses make and how to overcome them all. Because I know every business I talk to is like they need more leads, more leads, more leads, more leads. So it's a free video. I don't even think you need to opt in or anything for it. I'm not sure, but go and watch that. Again, it's at academy.yesicanwithaplan.com, and it's really phenomenal. Okay, and again, if you want to have a chat, just go to calllisalong.com and we'll set that up. Okay, all right. So we'll just wrap up there. I hope this was helpful for you today. Follow up. Follow up, follow up, follow up. Okay. I know it really is easy once we get that momentum going, and make more sales, have more fun, and then be happier. All right. So I will sign off for now. And any questions, let me know. And otherwise, I will talk with you Monday. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. All right. I'm going to get over to the broadcast station here and wave goodbye. Have a great week. Bye for now.